Hey, I'm Anthony. I'm with Co-AI, which is a community all about AI literacy. And most of the time we're talking with executives like management teams, but oftentimes we get them asking us like, hey, how do you run, an AI model locally, or how do we do it securely? So I thought I'd make this quick video. So I'm going to quickly share my screen and kind of go through some steps, and hopefully it will enlighten you in that you can run a real language model on a local laptop. So I'm running just a very simple MacBook, not a high-end one, and we'll see how I do. So let's get started. I'm going to share my entire screen. Here we go. And we're going to go start here. So again, I'm with CoAI. Our URL is www.getcoai.com. And again, we get asked a lot by executives on how to run sort of a local LLM locally, privately, and securely. And so one of the ways that we tell people to do it is use Ollama. So we're going to start off by downloading Ollama to our desktop. I'll type it right there because it's spelled like this. And at this URL here, ollama.com. And then once you get downloaded, we're going to download some models. And then we have to download Docker, which is a virtual machine that runs on your desktop, which will then run this other application called WebUI. So with that, we're going to switch over to here, and we're going to start here with, if you point your browser to ollama.com, you simply download it here. It installs a desktop container app on your computer, and then that kicks open. Once that's downloaded, you can kick that open and start. And then what you also want to do after you get it downloaded is you want to navigate over to models, which gives you the opportunity to download the latest models that are available. So this is Meta's latest Llama model 3.1. You simply click on that, and you're going to grab this. So this is essentially, once you have Ollama installed on your computer, this is essentially saying run Ollama, start Ollama, and run this command. And that's going to look like what I'm doing right here. So I'm telling it in this browser, in this window here, in this shell window here. Maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger. Is I'm going to run Ollama, run Gemma 2, and it's going to get that. And so it's automatically just sort of knows how to do that. It's going to get it. I've already received this model, so it's not probably going to run, but that's how you actually get your models. So once that's done, we can move to the second step, which is really download Docker. And so Docker is extremely powerful virtual machine. You could run it, and you can run a lot of development environments. It's very common by most developers. We're going to just use a very simple one. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to download the Mac Silicon one. Once I get that started, installed, what you're going to do is jump to the next step. So that's going to install Docker on your computer, and you just make sure that that's there and it's running. It's very simple. But what you're going to do next is you're going to have to download this Open WebUI. And what Open WebUI is it kind of gives you the same interface that you're used to if you're using ChatGPT or like a Claude-like interface. And in order to run this, they install an app inside a Docker image. They download a Docker image, and you can run that. And so they have a GitHub which has a repository for that for you to use, and you can scroll down here and you can say installation with a default configuration. If Ollama is on your computer, use this command. So we've already downloaded Ollama, so you're going to run the Docker. It's going to download it, and it's going to add this to your system. So when that's done, what's going to happen is you're going to open up your Docker, and you'll see that it's now running this app that we just downloaded, which is the Open Web app. When you click on that, or you can just simply type in localhost in your browser, you type in HTTP localhost :3000, and that's going to kick open the Open Web UI. And the Open Web UI, after you download the models that we talked about, you can select which model you want to run. So I have Llama 3.1, I have a Llama 3, and I downloaded the 5, which is latest. So you can switch between the models. But once that's here and downloaded, you can just run your commands. You can just say, write me a story about a frog, and it's going to immediately start thinking about how to write that story. Now, it runs a lot slower because it's running on a very basic laptop, but that prompt is being sent to from the Docker image to Ollama that's running locally, and Ollama is now sending it back to the Docker image that's running Open Web UI, and it's printing the screen. So this is totally private. It allows you to like work privately. It's as secured as your computer could be secured. You can turn off Wi-Fi, you can unplug it from the internet, and you're still going to get the ability to do this kind of inference. So that's how we kind of recommend people that want to use an LLM and an interface to run on the local machine. So you can extend your control over it by augmenting the system prompt, so you can kind of get further instructions. There's many more controls that you can add, you can configure to using Open Web UI. And it's powerful. They also have, when you download Open Web UI, you do sign up for an account. There's no fees or anything like that, and they have a whole world where you can like look at different system prompts that the community shares, and so you can sort of download a system prompt that you can just copy this whole thing out and put it in your local system prompt, and you can kind of get this person's system prompt running on your machine locally. So, kind of switching back to the steps. So what we did is you download a Llama app first, you download some models, all that's being done on your terminal. So if you want to download a model, you simply are going to run a command like this to get the model. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go and download Docker, which is a Mac app, and then you're going to go to download Open Web UI. You're going to follow these instructions or this URL, and then after you install, you can actually download more models, and you can continue to add it, or you can open your Open Web UI, which will allow you to view your models, and then you can further select a model or prompt. So this is my local host. You can see the URL, localhost 3000. I'm selecting, now if I change a model, or I can add a model, or I can change a model, I'm going to select this model. Now I'm running this model, and I can say, you can just say, code me a small tic-tac-toe app. And see, and like it's now you're sending that to Phi 3 latest model. And so I just switched the model from Llama 3.1 to Phi. And so it's really powerful because you can switch with different models, and it's what we do, and it's perfectly acceptable speed. The faster the computer, the faster we'll go. For folks that have access to more dev resources, this local host is not the only option. You could install the Open Web UI app on a local server, sort of in your office or even in the cloud, and make sure that and give only you or your colleagues access to it. So it's fairly versatile that way, but it can be running completely on a private cloud, or you can be running a public cloud with the right security credentials. but it's all doing the same thing that a ChatGPT would be doing, and it's pretty powerful. And so that's how you can try it. That's how you can do it. That's how we recommend it. That's how I'm using it. And it's you get a different result than using Claude or ChatGPT. But if you want to have something very secure and very private, this is probably the best way to go. Hope that helps. Thanks.